Hello, everybody. It's me again, Russell Mills. It is Monday, February 28th, end of the month, last day of the month. I say hello. Hope everybody's blessed today. Um, I want my videos to go up, guys. I really do. I really want, I feel like I'm spreading a message. I feel like I need more likes, more subscribers, because again, I like this YouTube thing. I think it's a beautiful thing, that we could talk and people could actually see us. But it's also scary at the same time because people can, misconstrue your words and as we've seen in many videos on YouTube about, beefs and all this other stuff. But feel free to watch more of my videos if you guys feel like. Today, I want to talk about the minimum wages in certain states. I'm actually looking it up. This is GovDocs. This is how many states have a $15 minimum wage. It says as of January 2022, the answer is just one: California, for employers with 26 or more workers. But that won't be the case for long. It says several states have scheduled minimum wages increase to $15 an hour in the coming years. Plus, others have indexed rates, which will, however, slowly eventually bring them to the $15 threshold, barring new legislation. So the information below applies to standard rates for large employers. HR and compliance teams should also be sure to check their locations for applicable county and city rates, which may be higher. It says minimum wage management simplified. It says states moving towards $15 minimum wage. It says in recent years, a handful of states have passed legislation, that will eventually bring their standards rates to $15 an hour. It says that $15 figure is important. It represents a nationwide push for higher rates, highlighted by the fight for its $15 movement. You know what I mean? But movement says as well as employers option to make it their own minimum wage rate. This is early 2022 state minimum wage rate. This is California. This is long pace setter for employment law across the U.S. California marks the first state to reach the $15 threshold. This is for large employers. The $15 minimum wage began January 1st, 2022. Indexing begins January 1st, 2024, when the rate will be adjusted via the Consumer Price Index. It says Connecticut minimum wage will reach $15 on June 1st, 2023, with indexing beginning January 1st, 2024. It says employers also should note that the state plans to increase minimum wage to $14 on July 1st, 2022. So minimum wage in Connecticut is currently $13 an hour. Delaware minimum wage will hit $15 an hour on January 1st, 2025. The state passes a bill in 2021 that provides for gradual increases, with the first taking effect at the start of 2022. Since current minimum wage in Delaware is $10.50. Florida says following a vote approved ballot in November of 2020, Florida will reach $15 minimum wage September 30th, 2026. But my question is, why so long? Why wait? Because here's the thing: prices of food, rent, mortgages, everything's going up. Children, they're going up. Daycare is going up. It's like, so are you saying that you don't want people to have children, and they basically have to keep everything at a low expense? And I'm not saying you should have a high expense, but you know what I'm saying. But when I read this and it says Florida will reach $15 minimum wage on September 30th, 2026. We're in 2022 now. We just began the year 2022. You know what I mean? 2026, that's 4 years from now. So that means the increase is still going to be low. Because of the ballot measure, Florida saw its minimum wage increase twice in 2021. It is currently $10 with a dollar increase each year until hitting $15 in 2026. This is Illinois. In Illinois, the state passed a law in 2019, eventually bringing the minimum wage to $15 in 2025. The state is on a regular increase schedule going up to $1 each year on January 1st. Illinois minimum wage is currently $12. Maryland. Maryland was another state that passed a 2019 law to move towards a $15 minimum wage. It will reach the $15 threshold in 2025, with scheduled increases to intervening years. Minimum wage in 2022 Maryland is $12.50. Massachusetts. So that's the state that I live in Massachusetts. In Massachusetts, the state will reach $15 mark on January 1st, 2023. So next year. So right now, this is starting January 1st, 2022. The wage right now is $14.25. And here's the thing, Massachusetts is a very high state. So you can make money out here just like you can make money, on the East Coast in New York and I'm sure like Jersey, Connecticut and stuff like that. Obviously, depending on what your level of education is, your skill and all that other stuff, that's fine. But it's hard out here, in Massachusetts. So yeah, it's like it's crazy how people having 2 or 3 roommates or more sometimes living in here in this state sometimes, and then sometimes you have kids on top of that. So it's like, yeah. So this is New Jersey. New Jersey minimum wage for large employers reached $15 in 2024, with index rates beginning next year. It says in another state with scheduled increases in coming years. In 2022, the minimum wage in New Jersey is at $13 an hour. This is Rhode Island. In May 2021, Rhode Island passed a bill to bring minimum wage to $15 on January 1st, 2025. In 2022, the minimum wage in Rhode Island is $12.25. Virginia took the unique action in 2020 to delay a planned minimum wage increase due to the economic impact of COVID-19. Still, the state is on track to reach $15 on January 1st, 2026, which indexed rate in succeeding years. It says Washington, D.C., including Washington, D.C., in our rundown of states moving towards $15 mark, where we have the nation's capital, which reached $15 on July 1st, 2021. So it since has surpassed the figure at $15.20 in 2022. Index begins July 1st, 2022. So this is states with indexing rates. This is the states listed above have plans for $15 minimum wage. However, others have passed laws that include annual increase. This is based on the consumer price index or of its equivalents. This is below states with indexing requirements along with standard minimum wage rate as of January 2022. Note that Oregon is a unique case. This is Alaska. This is in effect, current rate is $10.34, Arizona $12.80, Colorado $12.56, Maine $12.75, Minnesota $10.33, Missouri $11.15, Montana $9.20, New York $13.20, Ohio $9.30, Oregon. This is effective July 2023. Separate rates depending on county population density. South Dakota, its current rate is $9.95. Vermont, this is effect January 1st, 2023. Current rate is $12.55. Washington, in effect, current rate $14.49. This is other minimum. This is other states' minimum wage rates. This is, of course, some states have minimum wage rates above the federal law, but without plans to reach the $15 mark, neither through scheduled increasing nor indexing. Since those states are listed below, along with their rate as of January 2022. Now, note that some have scheduled increases in the coming years, and new legislation could always impact the numbers. Arkansas, $11 an hour. Hawaii, 10.10. Michigan, 9.87. Nebraska, $9. New, did I say? I said Nebraska, $9. New Mexico, 11.50. Nevada, 9.75 for employees not offered health benefits. 8.75 for those who are. How can you live off of that? West Virginia, 8.75. States at federal minimum wage. Lastly, there are a number of states that still go by federal minimum wage. They are Alabama, Georgia, Iowa, Idaho, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, North Dakota, New Hampshire, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Wisconsin, Wyoming. This conclusion: managing minimum wage rates across multiple states is challenging, and that's not even considering the dozen of cities and counties that have set their own rate in recent years. So, and with many states closing on the final schedule increases, compliance teams will have to move on, track, and index. So, that I'm just gonna say that in conclusion, that I think some of these rates that they have are just ridiculous. And it's like and it's like how can people live? It's like you want people to live in this country, and people are bad enough of working extremely hard anyway. Some are, some aren't, some are lazy, and I know I work with some that are where I work that are kind of lazy. So I get it. They do work when they have to, but it's like how do you expect people to really live? And it's like okay, so that means everybody's not going to go to college, and college is very expensive. And what I recommend, and I should have did this when before I got in trouble, and I should have, but I, was a knucklehead back in the day. And I'm not saying I shouldn't have pursued it because I should have, but I was a knucklehead. Is a trade because if you learn something, mechanic, plumber, electrician, any type of things that you could use with your hands, you could take that anywhere. Because if you need, as long as you have lights, you need lights and electricity. You need electricians. If your if your toilet, sink, or shower tub goes, you need a plumber. So like I said, and when your car goes, you know what I'm saying, you need a mechanic. Or if you need or if you need if you want someone to paint your car, you have an auto body shop / mechanic. So those are trades, you know what I mean, that are not going anywhere anytime soon. I hope not unless robots are, taking over, which that could be another video I could talk about. But um, I don't understand, sometimes how people expect people to live. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, some people put themselves in predicaments, having more kids than they have to, more debt than they have to, and they shouldn't. Obviously, that's dumb. You know, hello, Montel Jackson. Hello. Someone just, said hello in the chat. But what I'm saying is, this is how it is. So I tell this to people all the time. It's like people are working harder. Even me, I'm looking around for a second job, which should be getting soon, coming this week, or been, so I'm gonna have to work hard because again, um, I have things in that I have to take care of in my own personal life. So, and I have a son that even though I don't see him all the time, but I did pick him up from school today, and he's gonna be 18 this year. 18 in June. So yeah, I can't believe that. Um, but yeah, I just say to the people all the time, it's not easy. You know what I mean? And people are working a lot harder. I've talked to guys and girls that work 50 plus hours a week. That's some people say, oh, that's not a lot. Yes, it is. The body can only take so much. You know what I mean? And it's like that's the problem. We push ourselves way too much, for the little bit of dollars that they give us, and then they tax the shit out of us, when we get those checks every week or every 2 weeks. So yeah, and then they tax you if you don't have health insurance, which I don't have right now. So come next year, come tax time, I'm probably going to owe like $2,000 or $3,000 just because I don't have health insurance so far. And the places I've tried calling, they're like expecting you to pay $100 to $200 a month for health insurance. Who has that type of money? That's money that's going to go towards your rent or your car, your kids, whatever. It's like, so I just wanted to make a video tonight. Because I was thinking about this, and it's like I'm just thinking about my own situation just as well as others that I've talked to, and they told me how hard it is sometimes to take care of things, and sometimes they got to cut back, sometimes on things, and it sucks. Sometimes it's hard to say, okay, am I going to pay my cable bill? Am I going to feed myself? Am I going to cut back? Am I going to, you know what I mean? Am I going to be shortchanged the landlord for the rent or the mortgage just so I can eat? It's crazy. But feel free, everybody, to watch my YouTube videos. I want the likes up, please, everybody. You know what I mean? I want more people to know who I am. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I have a message, and and like I said, this YouTube thing, I love it. I like it. The Google thing, you know what I mean? It's great that people can look up information. So yes, I really do appreciate that. But everybody, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. Type in my name. It's Russell, RUSSELLMILLS, May 22nd, 2017. My first videos called Why Black People Settle for Less. So everybody feel free, get the likes up and feel free to check out more videos. All right, everybody take care. Peace. Bye.